Good morning, children. We have already recited the poem Tartari, and today we shall see the explanation of the poem. Children, as I told you earlier, Tartari is an imaginary land, state, or a kingdom. And in this poem, the poet imagines himself to be the lord or the king of this imaginary kingdom, and he is describing what all things he is going to do as the lord of that kingdom and what would be his daily routine. Now, look at this picture, children. You can find many musical instruments here. Peacock is there, then lion is there, a crown is there, a bed is there, you can see there. Then there are also fruits in this picture, a cart is there. So all these objects indicate a very beautiful, a colorful and a musical scene. Then you can see a child standing there and visualizing all the things there. And as you can see, the child is in a night dress there. So what does this indicate? That the child is either sleepy or he is going to sleep. Now in his sleep, what are the things that he imagines or what he dreams about, we are going to read and understand through this poem. Now the first stanza, if I were a lord of Tartary, myself and me alone. So these lines indicate that the poet is saying that if he would be the lord or the king of his imaginary kingdom Tartary, myself and me alone means there would be no any other person in his kingdom. He would be the only person in his kingdom, all alone. My bed should be of ivory, of beaten gold my throne. Now he is describing his bed on which he is going to sleep. So he says that his bed would be made up of ivory. Ivory is the hard white substance of elephant's tusk. So you might have all heard that elephants are killed for their tusk because it is very precious and ivory is made out of that tusk. So he says that his bed would be made up of ivory. Of beaten gold my throne. Throne is the chair for a king or queen to sit. So he says that his throne would be made up of beaten gold. Beaten gold is nothing but gold that is hammered into thin shape, thin flat shape, and then using those flat sheets the throne is prepared. So he is saying that his bed and throne both would be very precious. Bed would be made up of ivory and the throne would be made up of beaten gold. And in my court should peacocks flaunt, and in my forest tigers haunt. So now he is saying that he is also going to have peacocks in his court. And flaunt means to show off proudly. So peacocks would be roaming here and there in his court, showing off proudly. And in his forest, so he is saying that in his kingdom he is also going to have a forest where the tigers will haunt. Haunt means to come frequently or to move about. So he is saying that every now and then frequently there would be tigers roaming in his forest. And in my pools great fishes slant their fins athwart the sun. So now slant means tilt or move at an angle, and athwart means across, from side to side in a slanting direction. So he says that he is also going to have a pool where the great fishes would swim in it, and while swimming in a slanting position, what would happen? Their fins would shine in the sun or the sun's light. The next stanza, if I were a lord of Tartary, trumpeters every day, to every meal would summon me, and in my courtyard bray. So he is saying that if you would be the lord of Tartary, the trumpeters are what? He is a person who plays a trumpet. One who plays a trumpet is called as a trumpeter. So he says that if I would be the lord of Tartary, then trumpeter would come to call me. Summon me means to call. Okay, summon is to call. He says that during the time of meal, the trumpeters would come to call him, and in my courtyard bray. So courtyard is nothing but an open space in front of a house. So now here he is the king. So a open space in front of his kingdom or palace now. It is a courtyard. So he says that the trumpeters would come to call him for the meal, and bray. Bray is nothing but a very loud, harsh cry. So a donkey brays. You might have heard braying is the sound of a donkey. So is the sound of the donkey very pleasant to hear? No, it is very harsh and loud. So he says that at the time of meal, every day the trumpeters would come to call him, playing a very harsh music on their trumpets. And in the evening lamps would shine, yellow as honey, red as wine. So when it is the time of when it is the evening time now, the lamps would shine in his kingdom, and he is comparing the light of those lamps to the color of honey and wine. So he says that the lamps would be color of honey and wine, yellow as honey. So you might have seen honey, it is yellowish in color. So yellow and red would be the color of the lamps which would shine in the evening in his kingdom. So while harp and flute and mandolin made music sweet and gay. So now here harp, flute and mandolin, these are all the musical instruments. So he says that in the evening time when the lamps are shining brightly in yellow and red color, at the same time what would happen, the musical instruments like harp, flute and mandolin would play a very sweet and gay music. Gay means happy and light-hearted music. If I were lord of Tartary, I'd wear a robe of beads, white and gold and green they'd be, and clustered thick as seeds. So now he's describing his costume. Okay, so what costume he would wear if he would be the lord of Tartary? So he'd wear a robe. Robe is nothing but a loose garment, loose clothes reaching the ankles. So that robe would be made up of beads, and the beads would be of which color now? White, gold and green color beads. Out of that the robe would be made, and those beads would be clustered. Clustered means to group together or place closely. Okay, how? As thick as seeds. So the beads would be placed together as thick as seeds, and out of that the robe would be made which he is going to wear. And should wane the morning star, I had done my robe and scimitar. Means before. Wane means to decrease in size or to disappear. So he says that before the morning star disappears, I had done my robe and scimitar. I had done means I would be ready with my robe and scimitar. So robe, as I told you, it is a loose garment reaching the ankles. And scimitar is nothing but a short sword with a curved blade, which is usually tied around the waist of the kings. What you call it as katiyar. Not a long sword, a short sword which is tied around the waist of the kings. So he says that before the morning star disappears, means very early in the morning only, I would be ready with my robe and scimitar, and then I would go for a round. How? And zebra 7 should draw my car through Tartary's dark glades. So he would go for a round in his car. Now this car is not running on petrol or any fuel or any other animal like donkey is not drawing it. So 7 zebras are going to draw his cart, and they are going to take him for a ride through Tartary's dark glades. Now glades means open space in a forest. So he would go on a ride in his car which is driven by 7 zebras. So where he would go for a ride? He would go for a ride in a dark glade. Glade means open space in a forest. So in this stanza he is describing his morning routine. He says that early in the morning he would be ready with his robe which is made up of beads of white, gold and green color, and then he would, after getting ready, he would take his scimitar and he would go for a ride in a car which is driven by 7 zebras. Lord of the fruits of Tartary, her river silver pale. So now he is saying that not only the Tartary kingdom, but also he will be the owner, or he is going to own the fruits that are there in Tartary, and also the river. So river is how now? The river is described as silver pale. So the word silver pale indicate that the river is very clear, means the water in the river that is there, it's very clear and fresh. It is not polluted. So lord of the hills of Tartary. So he would also own the hills now, not only the fruits. So even the hills would be under his ownership. So he says that now he is describing the hills as glen, thicket, wood and dale. So lord of the hills of Tartary, glen, thicket, wood and dale. So glen means a narrow valley, and thicket means dense. Dense is nothing but again thick only. So thick group of bushes and trees. When the trees or bushes are growing very close to each other, it is called a thicket. Wood and dale. Wood is a forest again, and dale is again a valley. So he is saying that the hills would be covered with greenery, means all trees. So the words glen, thicket, wood and dale indicate that the hills would be looking very green because of all the trees growing on the hills. Her flashing stars are scented breeze. So the stars would be flashing. Flashing means shining brightly. And the scented breeze. Breeze is nothing but the blowing air or wind is called as a breeze. So the breeze would be scented, means it would have a very nice and a pleasant smell. Because of what now? Because of all the fruits and flowers that are growing in that valley. So the breeze would be scented. Her trembling lake like foamless seas, means the shivering lake which will look like a sea, soothes him. Okay. And her bird delighting citron trees. Citron trees means the trees which are bearing juicy fruits. Now which are the juicy fruits? Lime, lemon, orange. So such type of fruits are called as citrus fruits. You might have learnt in science what are citrus fruits. So those trees would be present in his valley which would delight the birds. Means the birds would feel happy to go and sit on those trees and feed on those fruits. So those fruit trees would attract the birds. So the birds would go and sit there and enjoy themselves with the fruits there. In every purple vale. So again he is describing the color of the valley now. It would look purple. Maybe because all the fruits or the flowers are purple in color, the valley looks purple in color. So in this way, the poet Walter de la Mare, in a very creative way, in a very imaginative way, he has described all the objects, not only the objects, the animals, then the nature, the beauty in his valley has been described in a very creative and a very imaginative way. So reading this poem is nothing but going through a dream. Okay, so all the luxuries and comforts in a life are described in this poem very beautifully by the poet.